Hi viewers, this is part 5 of LiveLaw's election series. The last 4 parts we have been informing you about the corrupt practices as per section 123 of the Representation of Peoples Act 1951. In part 3, I listed all the corrupt practices, and in part 4, we dealt with bribery in detail. In this part, I am dealing with undue influence, which is mentioned under section 123 clause 2 of the Act. You must already know the general meaning of the term. We find it under the Indian Penal Code, and it also comes under the law of contract, where if a contract is entered into under the undue influence of someone, then the same will not be treated as a valid contract. Coming to the election law, here undue influence means interfering with free and fair election process. As per the statute, if any candidate, his election agent, or any other person with the consent of the candidate or his agent does any of the following, it amounts to undue influence. If he threatens any other candidate or any voter or any other person for that matter, if he inflicts injury, if he socially corners anyone, and all this in a way that they shall be excommunicated. Which means if a candidate or his agent or any other person with their consent threatens a person saying that if he does not vote in favor of a particular candidate, he shall be expelled from a particular caste or community. Such an act is basically interfering with free exercise of the right to vote. Another aspect of undue influence is inducing or attempting to induce another candidate or voter in a way that if they do not act as per the instruction, they shall be rendered an object of divine displeasure or spiritual censure. Let me explain this in a simple way. If any candidate or his election agent or any other person with their consent tells you that if you do not vote or act in a certain way, it will affect your rebirth, or some misfortune will befall you, God will be unhappy with you, then you are being influenced. Such an attempt will naturally affect the free thinking of a religious person or a person who might be spiritually inclined. Such attempt or inducement will be affecting his decision-making power. Thus, the purpose of this provision is to ensure that the process of election should be clean and uninfluenced by any of these factors. The voter should be able to critically evaluate performance of the candidate or governance. He should be able to vote accordingly and not by any such factors influencing the free exercise of his electoral right. Stay tuned for the next part where we bring you other corrupt practices in detail. Make sure to like, share and follow.